Alright guys, what's going on? This is your boy Jack of all trades with foul mouth, Common Urban. And if you watch part 1 of this series of disassembling a 264 Adriatic locomotive, you might have seen in part 1 I was having a bitch of a time getting it apart because I didn't have the right tools. But here it is. It is apart. Now, the thing you want to look for when you are repairing or working on these engines, or on this particular type of engine, you want to check your brushes and you want to check your commutator face. Okay, that's a very important thing. And you also want to check your rollers. As you can see, the rollers are clean since I just maintenance this thing not too long ago. But this open frame motor, as this is called, is made of several parts. You have your field, which wraps around. You can see inside the engine, it wraps here and around. You have your commutator, which is that shiny copper thing. Then you got your springs and your brushes. You got your E unit. That's what makes the engine go forward, neutral, and reverse. And then you also have your smoke unit, which is this thing here. You got your piston assembly. And the other part of it, which is right here, as the engine will be moving, this piston will go up and down, and it would shoot air out of there. And of course you have your headlight. Now the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take this plate off. Now let's see if we can do it without losing these fucking brushes. Alright, let's see if we can take the fucking thing off without losing any brushes. So we're going to get this thing once again. We're going to just slightly turn them. And there is a trick to doing this when you take the brush plate off. Hold the brush plate down as you take the screws out of the knot. The fucking brush plate will pop up on you and you're going to lose your fucking brushes. You don't want to do that. So now you just hold it over like this and you lift the brush plate off. And there you go, there are your brushes. Your brushes are these two carbon slugs. As you can see, these are brand new. I just changed these out not too long ago in this thing. But see, they're two carbon metal slugs. And you want to check the tops of them, for any wear. But since there's hardly any wear on them, because they're brand new, we're going to set them over to the side. And then we're going to look at the brush plate. You want to make sure your brush plate is clean. And it's a little bit dirty. It could be used to have a little bit of cleaning, but anyway, we're going to look at the commutator face. That's this shiny thing right here. And you can see the fucker is a little bit dirty, but I want to show you how to do it. You can take your track cleaning eraser, like so, and you just go kind of like this. You don't want to do it too hard or too rough, but you can just kind of rub it. Rub it along the plates, and you can see the difference between that slot and that slot. See, you can just clean it. You can polish it down, and because the grit in this is getting all this gunk and shit off. And see how that slot is very, 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 very bright comparing to the other slots? It's because I polished it. Now you can do the same thing with your other two slots. Okay? Just like I showed you. You take your track cleaning eraser or whatever you may have, even a piece of fine sandpaper will do this just good. And you just rub it. You just give it a nice gentle cleaning, like so. Blow it out. It helps to blow it out. And between the slots, take a little something, just kind of dig out the shit out between the slots, because gunk and shit get in those slots and it can really fuck you over for a really bad day. Just like I said, clean out your slot, clean out the slots of your commutator face and clean the actual face itself, you know, shine it up. You can really do a really good job. You've seen how dirty it was before. Now look at it now, guys. See, it's shiny as hell. I mean, that's brand new. Alright. Another thing you may want to do while you have this off is, you know, maybe clean your brush plate. You know, you can take your track cleaning eraser and you can clean it. You can also get some cleaner too. I can show you. This stuff here, CRC QD electronic cleaner. This shit's pretty good. You can just take it and just shoot a little bit of that on there. It'll dry. You can shoot a little bit of that on the brush plate too if you want. Yuck, it'll dry. See, this shit dries instantly, so it's okay. Another thing you may want to do is take like your track cleaning eraser and, you know, clean your treads. You know, these have been cleaned, but I'm just showing you though, just for the video's sake. You can also take it and, you know, clean your rollers, hold your rollers and clean them too. But I haven't. I've already done that earlier. It's not been long since I serviced this engine, so I'm just doing this, like I said, to for the video. And something else you may want to do, but don't do it too hard, is take your brushes. You know, take your brushes and just, you know, polish them a tiny bit too on the tops. Clean the junk off of them. You know, you could clean them. You know, and then put the carbon-y, clean the shit off of them too. Just so make a good point, and, you know, good point contact. And usually too, if your E unit is gummy and crud, you take that E unit out and pull that little fucker apart and shit, but I'm not going to do that. I may do a separate video where I take an E unit and pull the son of a bitch apart, so to show you guys how it is and what to do about it. But, you know, once you basically have looked over all the main parts, including like the connector from the collection plate up to the motor, which is in good shape, and check your wires, make sure none of your wires are frayed or what have you, and make sure about your bulb. And the bulb's burnt, but I gotta get a new bulb, so that's something on my list of shit I gotta buy. Now what we're gonna do, we're gonna take the brushes, as you can see in here. We're gonna take the brushes and we're gonna put them back into the locomotive, put them back in the brush plate, and you gotta make sure that this line, there's a groove. If you can see it or not, there's a fucking groove. And you gotta make sure that groove sits onto the spring that's on the brush plate. And do you see how these things have got tension on them? That's good. You want them to have tension, and these things will ride inside the brush plate against the commutator, and that's how you get your electricity from the thing to the motor. Now the easiest way to get this thing back on is to take the entire motor like so and just slide it on like so. I don't know if I'll do it first time or not, but holy shit, I did. See? And voila. Now you gotta make sure you line the holes and shit up. And now you take your two brush plate screws, fuck. Are you kidding? Oh, that's why, because it wasn't even on the fucking hole. Well, there we go. Now we just gotta make sure just they don't have to be tight, and they just gotta be on there just to hold it down like that, okay? See, now the brush plate is back on. Okay, now you just take something now like this, and you just it's cross-threaded. Fuck. There we go. I'm sweating. If you guys can't see me, I'm off camera, but I'm sweating fucking bullets. I'm really sweating like fucking bullets. It's crazy. And now you just take your thing and you so there, and there you go. See, there we go, it's all back together again. Now before you put the locomotive together, you may want to put a little bit of lubricant on the main running parts. The main part to lubricate with this is the ends of the armature, which would be here. We'll put a little dab there, and you want to put a little dab right here. These are the points that's going to have the most friction on them. So, and then you want to take it and spin it, and see, there you go. Now your armature is now lubricated. You also want to put lubricant on the gears, but you want to wait until after you get the body put back on. So there you have it, guys. Now I'm going to end the video here, and I'm going to show you the final step to put this son of a bitch back together again. So stay tuned for part 3.